Morning, my name is Srinivas. I'm working as an assistant professor in IARE College. Today we'll discuss the key concept in SQL Server. There are a couple of keys in DBMS, mainly candidate, super, primary, foreign key. Today we'll learn what is the significance of these keys, the significance of these keys, how they are utilized in SQL Server. Okay. Getting started. Keys in DBMS is an attribute or a set of attributes which helps you to identify a row in a relation. Key is nothing but a identifier to identify a particular row in a table. They allow you to find the relation between two tables. You can join two tables using a key. Key is also used in join condition, joining two tables. You have a table master and a child. Master will have the main data. Child table will have multiple data. For example, the student record, the master record will be student ID's name, email address. His marks, his attendance would be in child tables. These two tables can be joined through a key. That key is called the primary key or foreign key. These keys are used to join two records, two tables, and also uniquely identifies a record. Keys helps you to uniquely identify a row in a table by a combination of one or more columns in the table. A key can be a single or more than one column to identify a record uniquely. Key is also helpful for finding unique records or rows from the database table. Database key is also useful for finding unique record or row from the table. For example, let us see. For example, I have a table called master table. Student select. When I say select star from student master, I have a couple of records coming out. Here, it has the following columns: STD, the student underscore ID, student underscore name, student underscore age, student underscore course, and surname. Here, my student ID is the record, is the row, is a column by which I can easily identify the unique record. When I say 101, I will be able to get these details like Amin, his age is 23.5, computers, and Sheikh is his surname. By using the STD underscore ID is my key here. By that key, I can identify the entire details of this student called Amin. I cannot have a student name or age, course, surname as my main key because they could be duplicates. But student ID cannot be duplicated. That's why I made it this key as a primary key. In the given example, STD underscore ID is a primary key because it uniquely identifies a student record in this table. No other student can have the same STD ID. I cannot have one more student ID with 101. In that case, this key cannot be a primary key or unique key. Okay, as it is unique, and it gives us the entire information of this particular student. This key can be called as a primary key. Okay, first we'll try to understand why we need a key. We already discussed that we need a key to uniquely identify a record. Then to join two tables, we need this records. Okay, we need the key. Now, here are some reasons for using SQL key in the DBS system. Keys helps you to identify any row of data in a table. As we discussed earlier, keys helps you identify any row of a data table. In the previous example, STD underscore ID. This is the key which will identify the student record. Okay. In a real world application, a table could contain thousands of records. However, the records could be duplicated. The key ensures that you can uniquely identify a table record despite those challenges. There could be n number of records. Like 102 is one student record, 103 is one student record. But this 101 has this unique can give us the entire data of the student record. Okay. The next reason is allows you to establish a relationship between and identify the relation between two tables. So suppose I have student master table, student master, student marks. There would be one student master record for each student, but this student can write many exams, so he has many scores here. So as like example, subject 1 he has scored 100 marks, subject 2 he has scored 90 marks, 3 70 and so on for student 1. Now these two tables can be joined by the common key is student ID. Student ID is a common key. So this is the this key helps you to join two tables. Also enforce identity and integrity in the relationship. Two tables can be joined only if there is a common matching condition. So this is the condition why we need a keys in SQL. Now we'll understand the types of keys in a database management system. There are mainly 7 different types of keys in the DBMS, and each key has its own functionality. Okay, there are 7 keys in DBMS and each key has its different functionality. Now let us see each key in detail. First is a super key. A super key is a group of single or multiple keys which identifies rows in a table. Super key is nothing but a group of single or multiple keys which identifies the rows in a table. Next key is the primary key. It's a column or a group of columns in a table that uniquely identifies every row in that table. As you see an example in the student table, student master table, we had a std underscore id. This is in this case it is only a single column that will uniquely identify the entire student record in that table. Okay. Next is the candidate key. Candidate key is a set of attributes that uniquely identifies tuples in a table. A candidate key is a super key with no repeated attributes. So candidate key is a set of attributes that uniquely identifies a tuple in a row table. Tuple is a row. For example, STD name, student name and student surname. These two combination can be these two are the attributes of a student. These two can be combined to make it as a candidate key. Next is the alternate key. Alternate key is a column or group of columns in a table that uniquely identifies each row in the table. It is similar to the primary key. We will see the difference between these two tables at later stage. Foreign key. Foreign key is a column that creates a relationship between two tables. Foreign key is a column that creates a relationship between two tables. The purpose of foreign key is to maintain data integrity and allow navigation between two instances of an entity. As seen earlier, we had student master table having a master student record like std underscore one record. The corresponding we had std underscore marks table containing many records of the student for various examinations. These two are linked by the student ID. Here the student ID is the foreign key between these two tables. The last is the compound key. The compound key has 2 or more attributes that allows you to uniquely recognize a specific record. 2 or more attributes that allows you to uniquely recognize a specific record. It is possible that each column may not be unique by itself within the database. Okay, we will see 3 examples. Now first see what is a super key. Super key is a group of single or multiple keys which identifies a rows in a table. A super key may have additional attributes that are not needed for unique identifications. Okay, super key is nothing but a group of single or multiple keys which identifies a rows in a table. Super key may have additional attributes that are not needed for unique identification. In these examples, student master table having couple of columns. In this, std underscore id is the single key which will uniquely identify the entire record. In this case, std id and std name are the super keys here. Super key, a single or combination, which now std underscore 1. I mean, this is unique across the student table. They cannot be one more record of Amin with 101. It could be Amin with 102, 103, etc. A combination of these std underscore id underscore name are super keys. We have seen super key. Now let us see the second key, which is a primary key. Primary key is a column or group of columns in a table that uniquely identifies every row in that table. So primary key is a column or group of columns that will identify every row in that table. The primary key cannot be duplicate, meaning have the same value cannot appear more than once in the table. A table can have more than one primary key, but one primary key based upon multiple columns. Okay. Now we'll see the rules for defining a primary key. The two rows cannot have the same primary key value. The first condition is that two rows in the table cannot have the same primary key value. It must for every row to have a primary key value. The primary key value field cannot be null. The value in primary key can never be modified or updated if any foreign key refers to the table. Okay. The same example, student underscore master. We have 5 columns here. 101 is the record which will uniquely identify the entire student record in this table. So hence std underscore id will be the primary key for this table. We have finished. Super key is a group or combination. Here also it is by one key we are able to uniquely identify the entire record. This is primary key. Now let us see what is an alternate key. Alternate key is a column or group of columns in a table that uniquely identifies every row in the table. It is similar to a primary key. A table can have multiple choices for a primary key, but only one can be set as a primary key. All the keys which are not primary keys are called as alternate key. All the keys which are not primary keys are called as alternate key. In the previous example, we have seen that std underscore id is a primary key. You see here, all the keys which are not primary key can be called as alternate keys. In this case, std underscore id, name, surname are qualified to become a primary key. Yes, because these are the surname by general would be unique. Name std underscore id is unique. Name cannot be unique. But since std underscore id is a primary key in the we have seen in the previous example, std underscore surname can become an alternate key. This is in addition to the primary key, we can have one more key as a alternate key. In this case, surname. By generally we don't see a duplicate surname, so this can be made as an alternate key, right? We have seen now, we have finished super key. We have seen it. We have finished what we did. Finished super key followed by alternate key by primary key. The fourth key which we are discussing is the candidate key. Candidate key is a set of attributes that uniquely identifies tuples in a table. Tuples nothing but rows. Candidate key is a set of attributes that uniquely identifies tuples in a table. The candidate key is super key with no repeated attributes. Candidate key is a super key with no repeated attributes. The primary key should be selected from the candidate keys. Every table must have at least a single candidate key. A table can have multiple candidate key, but only one single primary key. The primary key might be one or more columns. Now we will see the properties of a candidate key. It must contain unique values. The first condition is it must contain unique values. The candidate key may have multiple attributes. Must not contain null values. It should contain minimum fields to ensure any uniqueness. Uniquely identify each record in a table. In this case, let us see the table example. Std underscore master table having 6 columns. 7 columns. Okay. The first column is std underscore id, student surname, student age, student course, surname, then is roll number and is email. In this table, std underscore id, roll number, email are candidate keys that which helps us to uniquely identify the student according to this table. std underscore id is already a primary key, and it will not have duplicates. Okay, that is first roll number cannot be duplicated. That is the second row, second column. Email is also not duplicated. These three can be a candidate keys, which will uniquely identifies the record in this table. Right now, here student underscore id, then we had roll number, then we had email. These three can be a candidate key, and one of these key can be made as a primary key. In this case, we have made a student underscore id as a primary key. Okay, this was the fourth key. Next is the foreign key. What is foreign key? Foreign key is a column that creates a relationship between two tables. The purpose of foreign key is to maintain data integrity and allows navigation between two different instances of an entity. It acts as a cross-reference between two tables as it represents the primary key of another table, also called as foreign key is nothing but a column which is common in both the tables, and this 2BP can be joined through a condition. The purpose of foreign key is to maintain data integrity and allows navigation between two different instances of entity. We cannot have all the features in one table, because it will be huge and it will be difficult for reporting. So we'll have multiple tables, each table having its own purpose. Okay, when there are a couple of tables serving their own purpose, the child tables can be joined together by a key. That key is a foreign key. It acts as a cross reference between two tables, as it references the primary key of other table, also called as referential integrity. Let us see the example. In this, I have two tables called as department and teachers. So in department, I have two columns. It is 1001. It is science. 002 is English. 005 is computers. Similarly, I have one more table called teachers ID, first name, last name. Okay, it is B002 Srinivas, last name is Govada. B017 Govada. Then it is Srinivas, his last name. Then the third record is B009 Hari and Prasad. Now here we cannot join these two tables because there is no common column which can join these two tables. We have two tables, the teacher and department school. However, there is no way to see which teachers works in which department because there is no matching. So we don't know where is Srinivas working, or where is Hariprasad working, or who is teaching science or who is teaching English. So we don't have any relation between these two tables. In this table, adding a foreign key in department code to the teacher's name, you can create a relation between two tables. Now, example, I am going to modify this teacher's table by adding a department code here. Okay, I will add a new column called department ID, department code to the teacher's table. So department code is 002, 002. Now here I can safely say that Srinivas, whose first name is Srinivas and his last name is Govada, is a teacher who takes English subject, because the 002 is a subject whose master table is English, whose master table is in department. Here the 002 is referring to the English subject. Similarly, Hari, teacher by the name, first name Hari and Prasad the last name, he teaches science subject. Based upon 1001, here it is matching corresponding record in the master table is that 001. So by this way we have seen how we can use the foreign key to get the data. The last key is the compound key. Compound key has two or more attributes that allows you to uniquely recognize a specific record. It is possible that each column may not be unique by itself within the database. However, when combined with other column or columns, the combination of composite key becomes unique. Each column, okay, he's saying that one column cannot be unique by itself. A combination of one or more columns can make the record unique. The purpose of compound key in a database is to uniquely identify each record in a table. Now consider this example having orders, order number, product ID, product name and quantity. In this example, order number and product ID cannot be primary key as because order number is getting duplicated, right? B005, B005. There are two records. This cannot be a primary key. Similarly, if you see the product ID it is unique, right? Mouse name and quantity. In this example, order number, product ID cannot be a primary key as it does not uniquely identify a record. However, a compound key of order and product ID. See, a combination of order number and product ID can be uniquely identify this record. So now if you say B005 with product ID, the combination of these two will say uniquely this is a mouse related order of 5 quantity. Okay, by this these two can be called as a compound keys. Now we have finished. We have seen the 7 keys. Like first was the super key, then we had the alternate key, then we had the primary key, then we had foreign key, then we had compound key. Yes, compound key, foreign key, candidate key, alternate key, primary key, super key. Now we'll see the difference between a primary key and a foreign key. Primary key helps you to uniquely identify a record in the table, whereas a foreign key is a field in a table that is primary key of another table. The student underscore master and master, student underscore master, std underscore id is the primary key. This is the primary key. This is a foreign key in marks table. So the student will have many rows in this marks table for various subjects just undergone. So in that he will have marks in many rows. Here the std underscore id is the foreign key in the marks table. The same key is a primary key in the student master table. Primary key cannot never accept null value. You cannot have a null value in a primary key. Foreign key may accept multiple null values. For example, student has not taken examination. Then there will be no records in that semester for that subjects. So So, foreign key may accept multiple null values. Primary key is a clustered index. Primary key is a clustered index, and data in the DBMS table are physically organized in the sequence of cluster index. So whenever we create a primary key, automatically a cluster index is created, and the data in the table is physically organized in the sequence of cluster index. A foreign key cannot automatically create an index. However, clustered or non-clustered. However, we cannot create a foreign key will never create a clustered or non-clustered indexes. However, you can manually create an index on the foreign key. We can create a non-clustered index on a foreign key. Okay. You can have a single primary key in a table, whereas in the foreign key you can have multiple foreign keys in a table. There could be only one primary key in a table. However, you can have multiple keys in a table. For example, I have the marks table. marks table having the following columns as student ID, subject ID, and the marks. Student ID 1, subject ID 001, marks 10. Student number 2, 002, subject ID 20. So these can have multiple foreign keys in one table, whereas there would be only one primary key in a table. Last we'll see the difference between a primary key and unique key. Both will uniquely identify a record in a table. So both primary key and unique key will identify a unique record. Unique identifier for a rows in a table is a primary key. Unique identifier for rows of a table when primary key is not present is a unique key. Cannot be null, cannot accept null values is a primary key property, where unique key can have one null value. Only one primary key can be present in a table. Multiple unique keys can be present in a table. So the selection using primary key creates a cluster index. The selection using a unique key creates non-clustered index. When you create a primary key, automatically a cluster index is created. When you create a unique key, then a non-cluster index is created. Let us see the summary of keys. A key in SQL is an attribute or set of attributes which helps you to identify a row in a table. DBMS keys allows you to establish a relationship between and identify the relation between two tables. The 7 types of DBMS keys are super, primary, candidate, alternate, foreign, compound, composite, and surrogate key. A super key is a group of single or multiple keys which identifies rows in a table. A column or group of columns in a table which helps you to uniquely identify every row in the table is a primary key. All the keys which are not primary key can be called as alternate keys. A super key with no repeated attributes is called a candidate key. A compound key is a key which has many fields which allows you to choose uniquely organize a specific record. A key which has multiple attributes to uniquely identify rows in a table are called composite keys. Primary key never accept null values, where foreign key may accept multiple null values. Thank you. This completes the keys concept in SQL Server.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.